I'm sure by now all of you are aware that Woodmore are the online expert when it comes to spare parts. And the best point is that they have the spare parts for all vehicles available in India. So even if your car is out of production now, maybe you have a large generation model, even then they have the spare part available. They have the entire catalog. And the best point is that they have the same spare part from a host of different component makers, which gives you great flexibility in the pricing overall. So check them out today. Check out the app. It's available both for iOS as well as Android devices. And also check out the website for the latest schemes as well as offers. Yes, it's finally here. Mahindra has finally unveiled the XUV400, and essentially this car is the XUV300 in EV form. The only difference is that this upcoming EV is much longer than the XUV300, and in terms of dimensions it's over 205 millimeters longer, which means that you get much better packaging inside the cabin, and of course you also get that much bigger boot so that your mother-in-law is always impressed. Unlike the XUV300, which really has to suffer in terms of the boot capacity, this one will not disappoint relatives when they're coming out from the airport. Anyways, let's quickly talk about the design elements first of this car. From the front end, it looks very similar to the XUV300 on which it is based, because essentially it is the same car, but it has a different drivetrain. You, of course, get these chrome and bronze accents all across. You of course get these bronze accents all across, so you get an L-shape accent just below the headlamp unit, and of course the lower part of the bumper as well. On both sides you of course get this flush grille, because it's an EV, it doesn't need any kind of air to cool the radiator. And from the side profile it looks very similar to the regular XUV300, but of course the rear door is much bigger because it has a longer wheelbase. The design of the alloy wheels is definitely stylish, and of course you get a lot of bronze on the side as well, on the lower part of the blacked out cladding. The rear end of the car is really where the action is in terms of the design changes, and you can see a very heavily sculpted bumper along with very heavily stylized lamps. You could definitely see that Pratap Bose has been working hard on the design of the XUV400, and it shows in the way this car looks. Now, in terms of the overall size, it's not only bigger than the XUV300, but it's also bigger than its main rival, the Tata Nexon EV, both in terms of the length as well as the overall wheelbase. In fact, its overall length is very similar to cars like the Kia Seltos as well as the Hyundai Creta, which means that this car really does take on those mid-size SUVs when it comes to space as well as on-road presence. The only thing similar on the outside, apart from the silhouette, is the fact that you get the same 16 inches in terms of the wheel size, which is identical to the XUV300. Now, if you move inside the cabin, you'll see it's a very familiar looking dashboard, and it's very similar to the XUV300. However, the overall lighting has been changed, the texture has been changed to all black instead of beige, and of course you get a lot of bronze elements highlighting the AC vents and some switchgear as well, like the AC knob and the gear knob as well. Mahindra's new Twin Peaks logo is all across the car on the outside as well as the interiors, and of course the dials look very sharp because they're much different, and they also look very sporty indeed. All the switchgear, the analog instrument cluster, as well as the digital MID, and even the 7-inch touchscreen infotainment system is just as it is on the XUV300. Although on this car it now runs Mahindra's Adrenox infotainment software, which definitely is a big step up, because the same software which you also get on the much more expensive XUV700. The big change, of course, inside the cabin is the fact that the gear lever selector is very different and definitely looks futuristic compared to the AMT version of the XUV300. Now, in terms of the overall size as well as the overall space in the back seat, you can see for yourself that it looks roomier than the regular version of the car. Now, the drive event of this car took place at Mahindra's testing ground in Chennai, the test facility that they have, and unfortunately I had to miss it out because of a health scare. and that's why I couldn't go for it. But I will definitely bring you all the details as soon as I can get my hands on this car. Let me quickly tell you some of the features that this car will have to offer. Of course, you get dual zone climate control, you get a big sunroof, you get cruise control, automatic headlamps, Apple CarPlay and Auto, as well as a host of other connected car technology, as well as the option of 6 airbags, disc brakes all across, and of course IP67 waterproof rating for the battery pack, as well as isofix anchorages for the seats. And that's something which is very important if you always travel with your kids inside the car. Now, officially, the pricing hasn't been announced just as yet, because this car, remember, will go on sale only in January 2023. Yes, it'll go on sale just before the Auto Expo next year. And that's exactly 3 years after it was first showcased as a prototype at the 2020 Auto Expo. Prices haven't been revealed, but since it will be a direct rival to the Tata Nexon EV, we expect it to be very close in terms of the overall pricing. Might be 50,000 rupees more, or maybe even 1 lakh rupees more, because it's a bigger car. But yes, it should be very close to that car. In terms of the battery pack, this car comes with a battery pack of 39.4 kilowatt hour batteries. In terms of the battery pack, this car comes with a 39.4 kilowatt hour battery pack, and it also has a 150 HP electric motor. And Mahindra claims that 0 to 100 comes up in a shade under 9 seconds. Yes, they're really saying this is going to be a quick car. And from what we've driven and from our previous experiences with the EVs, I can definitely tell you that this could well be closer to the truth. Now, the range, as I said before, is 456. That's the claimed figure. And again, our previous experience shows that normally when EV manufacturers tell you about a range, in real world conditions, the range is almost 10% off. So it's really close. So you can easily expect around 400 odd kilometers when the battery is fully charged. So guys, are you excited about this new XUV400 or the XUV300's EV version? You can let me know in the comment section below. As I said, I haven't driven it as yet. I'll definitely get my hands on it very soon and give you a full in-depth analysis, tell you about the driving bits, tell you about the steering wheel response, tell you about the ride comfort, and of course that all important build quality, as well as a host of other things in my own style. So do subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already, and we'll definitely catch you in the next one. I'll leave you with some visuals and some music of the XUV400 now. So bye for now, and thanks so much for watching this video.